The A-10 Thunderbolt II, often affectionately called the Warthog, has long been celebrated for its unmatched capabilities in close air support, its ability to loiter over the battlefield, and its famous GAU-8/A Avenger cannon that can obliterate armored targets with terrifying precision. Traditionally, the A-10 has been considered a ground attack specialist, focused on supporting troops, destroying vehicles, and providing tactical firepower. However, recent sightings of A-10 aircraft sporting markings that signify drone kills have ignited discussions about the aircraft's evolving role. A photograph shared by local air spotter at Might Plains shows an A-10 belonging to the 190th Skull Bangers Squadron of the Idaho Air National Guard, bearing two small emblems commonly associated with combat victories, which appear to commemorate successful engagements against unmanned aerial vehicles. The images have fueled speculation that the Thunderbolt II may be increasingly used as a dedicated counter-UAV platform, potentially extending its operational life well beyond previously planned retirement dates. The exact details surrounding these reported drone engagements remain unclear. There has been no official confirmation regarding the location or timing of the incidents, and it is uncertain whether these encounters occurred during ongoing operations in the Red Sea under the framework of Operation Prosperity Guardian. In this region, Iranian-manufactured kamikaze drones have been used against civilian and military maritime targets, raising the need for affordable, effective means to neutralize such threats. The potential for the A-10 to be employed in this manner underscores a broader trend in modern air operations, repurposing older, proven airframes to counter emerging, cost-sensitive threats like small, maneuverable unmanned aerial vehicles. By leveraging its inherent design strengths, the A-10 could provide an inexpensive alternative to using more advanced and high-cost fighter aircraft, such as the F-16, F-15, F-18, or F-35, for drone interception missions. Central to this new mission concept is the potential use of the Advanced Precision Kill Weapon System, or APKWS. Originally developed by BAE Systems in the early 2000s as a precision-guided adaptation of the unguided Hydra 70 rocket, APKWS combines a semi-active laser guidance kit with the familiar rocket framework to create a low-cost, highly effective missile capable of engaging small, lightly armored targets with remarkable accuracy. The advantage of APKWS lies not only in its precision but also in its affordability. According to Pentagon budget documents, an AIM-9X Sidewinder Block II air-to-air missile costs nearly $420,000 per round, making it an expensive option for targeting small, disposable drones. By contrast, the guidance unit for an APKWS round is estimated at around $15,000, with the complete rocket including warhead and motor costing only a few $1,000s more than the base Hydra 70. This enormous cost disparity makes the system an ideal choice for missions where high-end missiles would be overkill. The modularity and adaptability of APKWS further enhance its utility. The system can be launched from aircraft already equipped to carry Hydra 70 rockets, including the A-10, and requires only a targeting pod capable of providing laser designation, such as the Lightning or Sniper XR. This compatibility means that existing aircraft can be rapidly adapted for a new role without requiring extensive modifications, minimizing both cost and logistical burden. Tests conducted over the past decade have demonstrated the capability of APKWS to engage and destroy UAVs effectively. In December 2019, the U.S. Air Force's 85th Test and Evaluation Squadron successfully evaluated APKWS against drones simulating cruise missiles, confirming that the performance of these guided rockets was comparable to much more expensive interceptors. Ground-launched tests have also proven the system's efficacy against small unmanned targets, further validating its potential in a variety of combat scenarios. The operational benefits of using the A-10 as a drone hunter are clear. The aircraft's loitering capability, low-speed maneuverability, and ability to carry multiple rockets make it well-suited for counter-UAV missions. Unlike high-speed fighters, which may be better suited to traditional air superiority roles, the A-10 can remain on station for extended periods, providing persistent coverage over areas of interest. This capability is particularly relevant in littoral and maritime environments, where swarms of loitering munitions or kamikaze drones pose a significant threat to both military and commercial vessels. By fielding a platform capable of engaging multiple small aerial threats without expending high-cost missiles, military planners can stretch limited budgets and conserve more advanced weaponry for scenarios where they are truly required. However, the system is not without its limitations. The APKWS requires continuous laser designation to guide the rocket to its target, which can be challenging against small, agile drones in cluttered environments. Maintaining a laser lock under adverse conditions, such as poor visibility, electronic interference, or aggressive maneuvering by the drone, may reduce the probability of a successful engagement. Additionally, while the A-10's slower speed and lower tech sensor suite make it ideal for certain types of counter-UAV operations, it would be less effective against faster, more sophisticated manned aircraft or larger unmanned systems. Nonetheless, for the specific niche of low-cost drone interception, the combination of the A-10 and APKWS appears highly practical and strategically valuable. The apparent reimagining of the A-10's role also carries implications for the aircraft's long-term service prospects. Plans to retire the Warthog have been debated for decades, with supporters and detractors weighing operational effectiveness against modernization costs. If counter-drone missions become a recognized and widely employed task for the A-10, it would provide a compelling reason to delay retirement. Budget considerations play a significant part in this calculus. An airframe that can cheaply and effectively address a growing category of threats is an attractive proposition for military planners. The alternative, relying on multi-role fighters and expensive air-to-air missiles, would consume far greater resources while potentially leaving gaps in coverage. The A-10's new niche as a drone hunter could therefore extend its relevance well into the 2030s, transforming what many considered an aging relic into a modern, mission-adaptable asset. Beyond practical considerations, the shift also reflects broader trends in modern warfare. Adversaries increasingly rely on asymmetric and low-cost technologies, such as small drones and guided munitions, which challenge traditional approaches to defense. Rather than pursuing like-for-like responses with equally costly systems, militaries are seeking innovative solutions that exploit existing assets while remaining cost-effective. Repurposing an aging but capable platform like the A-10 to meet these demands exemplifies this adaptive thinking. It also demonstrates that effective counter-UAV strategies do not always require brand-new aircraft or multi-million-dollar missiles. Sometimes, success can be achieved through creative application of proven technology. If the drone kill markings observed on the Idaho ANG-A-10 are verified, they may symbolize more than just a pair of successful missions. They could represent a turning point in how the Air Force and the broader U.S. military approach aerial threats. Older platforms that can be upgraded with targeted, affordable weaponry may continue to deliver value far beyond their expected service life. At the same time, the emphasis on precision, low-cost solutions like APKWS signals a shift in procurement priorities, where military planners increasingly favor specialized, efficient responses over the pursuit of generalized, high-cost capabilities. The A-10's transition into a counter-drone role may therefore be emblematic of a broader evolution in air combat doctrine, one that prioritizes adaptability, affordability, and tactical innovation. In conclusion, the A-10 Thunderbolt II's emerging role as a drone hunter highlights the continuing evolution of modern air warfare. By equipping an older but rugged platform with affordable, precision-guided rockets such as APKWS, the military gains a credible solution to counter kamikaze and small tactical drones without relying on expensive air-to-air missiles. This combination of the Warthog's loitering capability and APKWS's low cost and precision creates a pragmatic, operationally effective approach to a rapidly growing threat. While not a universal solution, it demonstrates how innovation and creative adaptation of existing resources can extend the relevance of a venerable aircraft and influence strategic decision-making regarding force structure, budget allocation, and aerial threat response. The humble Warthog may yet prove that in the era of unmanned warfare, even the oldest platforms can find new life and continue to make a decisive impact.